Welcome to Hanoi, Vietnam's vibrant capital where the echoes of history mingle with the ceaseless hum of daily life. Nestled along the serene banks of the Red River, Hanoi is a city alive with flavors. The pulse of its street food culture beats strongly in every neighborhood, every street corner, and every sizzling grill. This is a place where culinary tradition is preserved not just inside elegant restaurants, but in humble alleyways and bustling markets where recipes are handed down like treasured family heirlooms. From the aromatic wafts of pho broth simmering through the morning mist to the crackling of charcoal grills bringing meats to perfection, Hanoi's street food scene is an unmissable journey into the heart of Vietnam's vibrant food culture. Join me as we unravel the best street food secrets, explore thriving neighborhoods along the Red River, and learn the insider tips that will transform your visit into an unforgettable feast for all your senses. Ready to set off on this flavorful adventure? Let's dive in and savor the soul of Hanoi. Your timing can greatly elevate your street food experience in Hanoi. The optimal months to visit are from October to April, when the city enjoys cooler, drier weather that makes wandering the lively streets a pleasure rather than a challenge. Mornings during this season often bring a gentle mist that drapes the city in a dreamlike haze, perfect for sipping on a steaming bowl of pho or savoring an intense egg coffee as the city awakens. The temperate weather means you can comfortably explore outdoor markets and street stalls without the oppressive heat or sudden downpours characteristic of Hanoi's rainy summer season, which typically spans May through September. If your schedule allows, consider planning your visit during Tet, the Vietnamese Lunar New Year celebrated in late January or early February. This festive period transforms the streets into vibrant stages for traditional foods and sweets available only at this time, such as bánh chưng, a glutinous rice cake wrapped in dong leaves, offering a rare culinary glimpse into Vietnam's rich cultural heritage. However, do bear in mind that some businesses may close during Tet, so planning ahead is key. A trip during these ideal months ensures you experience Hanoi at its most flavorful and hospitable. To truly taste Hanoi is to wander its historic Old Quarter, the city's ancient heart, and a whirlwind of sights, sounds, and smells that epitomize Vietnamese street food culture. This neighborhood, a mosaic of narrow winding lanes packed with scooter traffic, open-air markets, and centuries-old shopfronts, is home to some of the city's most legendary dishes served from tiny plastic stools on the sidewalk. Here, food is intimate, communal, and crafted with pride. A humble yet irresistible dish of grilled pork patties and crispy pork belly served over cool vermicelli noodles with fresh herbs and a subtly sweet dipping sauce. Another Old Quarter standout is Cha Ca Lavong, where turmeric-marinated fish is flame-grilled tableside with fragrant dill and a sprinkle of peanuts, an experience as theatrical as it is delicious. As you stroll, you'll encounter street vendors selling Nguyen Trai-style roasted sweet potatoes, freshly made rice paper spring rolls packed with herbs, and the beloved banh mi sandwiches stuffed with pâté, thinly sliced meats, and pickled vegetables. The beauty of the Old Quarter is in its layered interplay of history and innovation, from French colonial architecture to modern eateries, making every bite here a story in itself. Journeying north of the Old Quarter brings you to Hanoi's tranquil West Lake and the meandering banks of the Red River, a refreshing contrast to the city's lively center and a treasure trove of culinary delights in their own right. Strolling alongside these waters, you'll find street food vendors specializing in fresh seafood, rarely seen in the more crowded districts. Banh quan, delicate steamed rice rolls filled with fragrant minced pork, wood ear mushrooms, and shallots are a breakfast favorite here, typically served with a side of crispy fried shallots and a dipping sauce that strikes a perfect balance of sweet, sour, and savory. The proximity to the river means grilled fish is a must-try specialty, often caught fresh that morning and expertly seasoned with local herbs and spices. This laid-back neighborhood invites you to linger, pairing your meal with freshly squeezed sugarcane juice or tangy passion fruit smoothies, enjoyed while watching locals fish or practice Tai Chi along the water's edge. Visiting here not only nourishes your body, but also soothes your soul, offering panoramic views that complement the flavors on your plate. Hanoi's culinary fame rests on a handful of signature street foods that you simply cannot miss. First and foremost is pho, the iconic beef noodle soup whose roots trace back over a century. The broth, lovingly simmered for hours using beef bones, star anise, cinnamon, and charred onions, offers an umami-rich canvas for tender slices of rare beef, fresh herbs, and slippery rice noodles. Eating pho in Hanoi is ritualistic. The careful addition of lime, chili, and herbs personalizes every bowl. Next, banh cha embodies the harmony of smoky grilled pork patties and belly, drenched in a tart sweet fish sauce broth, and called to life with crunchy pickled vegetables and aromatic herbs. The dish's smoky aroma and tangy complexity make it a crowd favorite among locals and visitors alike. Another culinary treasure is cha ka lavong, a dish dating back to 1871, where tender turmeric-marinated catfish is fried tableside with dill, spring onions, and roasted peanuts, a recipe so revered that it has shops dedicated exclusively to it. To satisfy your sweet craving, sample banh troi, chewy glutinous rice balls stuffed with palm sugar and ginger, simmered in warm sweet syrup, delivering comfort with every bite. No visit wraps up without tasting Hanoi's legendary egg coffee, a velvety concoction of robust Vietnamese coffee, whipped with egg yolks and sweetened milk, served hot or iced, offering an indulgent, almost custard-like texture that's become synonymous with Hanoi's cafe culture. Exploring Hanoi's street food scene means mastering the city's bustling streets and traffic, and this can be half the adventure. Motorbikes dominate Hanoi's roads, numbering in the millions, zipping past in an orchestrated chaos that can be daunting to newcomers. If you're not confident on two wheels, don't worry. There are safer and more relaxing alternatives. Cyclos, three-wheeled bicycle taxis, offer a nostalgic and leisurely way to soak in the city's atmosphere while getting from one neighborhood to another. For longer distances or more comfort, taxis and ride-hailing apps like Grab provide affordable, air-conditioned rides with the convenience of digital payment. Within compact areas like the Old Quarter, walking is often the best way to uncover hidden alleys and bustling street food stalls, allowing for spontaneous stops and discoveries. If you're venturing north toward West Lake or the Red River, renting a bicycle or an electric scooter is an excellent choice, giving you flexibility and the chance to enjoy parks and river views en route. Remember that crossing Hanoi's traffic requires a confident, calm approach. Move steadily, maintain eye contact with drivers, and avoid sudden movements. This rhythm will let you weave safely with the flow of life, opening doors to more authentic food experiences. Let's map out a tantalizing day to immerse yourself in Hanoi's street food treasures along the Red River. Begin your morning at daybreak in the Old Quarter with a steaming bowl of pho from an iconic street stall like Pho Gia Truan or Pho Bat Dan, where locals gather for their daily dose of warmth and flavor. Watch as vendors skillfully ladle rich broth over silky noodles, topped with tender beef and freshly chopped herbs. Next, meander nearby alleys to explore morning markets, bursting with freshly baked banh mi, crusty baguettes filled with pâté, grilled pork, pickled vegetables, and fragrant cilantro, or grab crisp spring rolls bursting with shrimp and herbs. Mid-morning, board a cyclo towards the serene Westlake area where you can indulge in freshly grilled river fish or delicate banh tuan while sipping a refreshing fresh fruit juice, taking in the tranquil lakeside views. Lunch calls for bun cha at Cha Ka Lavong, or another popular spot where you can delight in smoky pork morsels balanced by sour-sweet dipping sauces and aromatic herbs. As afternoon wanes, stroll along the Red River's banks, snacking on seasonal treats like roasted corn, fried taro, or sweet sticky rice cakes wrapped in banana leaves, absorbing the local life unfolding around you. To complete your day, settle at a riverside cafe and savor an egg coffee, rich, creamy, and satisfying, while watching Hanoi's lights begin to dance on the water. This itinerary balances iconic dishes with off-the-beaten-path moments, ensuring a delicious and authentic immersion into Hanoi's culinary essence. One of Hanoi's greatest joys is that its exceptional street food is accessible to virtually every budget. Meals here offer incredible value, letting you sample an astonishing variety of dishes without straining your wallet. Expect to pay around $1 to $3 for basics such as pho, banh mi, or fresh spring rolls, which are often enough to satisfy a light meal or snack. Specialized dishes involving grilled meats, seafood, or combination plates tend to range from $3 to $7, still incredibly affordable compared to Western dining standards. Drinks, whether fresh coconut water, sugarcane juice pressed on street corners, or the alluring egg coffee, commonly cost between $1 and $2. By allocating around $10 to $15 per day, you can enjoy multiple tastings from breakfast through dinner, sampling a broad palette of Hanoi street food offerings, with room to spare for some indulgences. Additionally, bargaining is generally not practiced at food stalls, so prices are fixed and fair. Carry local currency in small denominations, as many vendors prefer cash and may not have change for larger bills. This budget-friendly setup lets you try new foods confidently and frequently, turning your culinary exploration into an adventure without financial worry. Engaging respectfully with Hanoi's vibrant street food culture enriches your experience and opens authentic connections with locals. Begin every encounter with a friendly smile and a polite greeting, xin chào, which is appreciated and often met with warmth in return. When ordering, speak clearly and patiently, using simple phrases or pointing to dishes if needed. Upon receiving food, it's customary to use both hands, signaling respect and gratitude. Eating etiquette typically involves chopsticks and small spoons. It's best to avoid pointing chopsticks vertically into a bowl, as this resembles incense used at funerals and is considered bad luck. Sharing dishes is common in Vietnam, and inviting locals or fellow travelers to try your food fosters community and signals openness. If you're offered leftovers or shared plates, accept graciously. Keep in mind that street stalls often don't provide straws or disposable cutlery by default, so carrying your own reusable utensils is considerate. Lastly, be mindful of litter. Vietnamese culture values cleanliness around food areas, so always dispose of waste in bins or take it with you to keep the streets pristine. Observing these simple customs will make your food journey smoother and more meaningful. Hanoi street food is celebrated for its freshness and quality, yet travelers should adopt practical habits to ensure a safe and enjoyable culinary adventure. Choosing vendors bustling with local customers is a reliable indicator of freshness, as high turnover minimizes the risk of stale ingredients. Watch for stalls where food is prepared on the spot rather than plates sitting out under the sun. Pay attention to hygiene practices. Vendors who clean their workspaces regularly and use fresh produce are often more trustworthy. Avoid raw or undercooked dishes unless you are confident in their preparation. Always drink sealed bottled water or filtered drinks to avoid waterborne illnesses, and steer clear of ice unless you know it's been made safely. Carry hand sanitizer to clean your hands before eating, particularly when enjoying finger foods. If you have a sensitive stomach, start with milder dishes and build up tolerance. By taking these simple precautions, you'll safeguard your health without sacrificing the thrill of tasting Hanoi's exceptional street food. While Hanoi's iconic streets are essential stops, the city's true culinary soul often reveals itself in quieter corners away from the crowds. Venture down winding alleys near the Red River or past the main thoroughfares into local neighborhoods, where family-run stalls and markets quietly serve dishes made from generations-old recipes. These hidden gems might include specialties like bánh goi, crispy Vietnamese turnovers stuffed with savory fillings, or homemade rice paper rolls crafted with rare herbs picked from backyard gardens. Engaging with vendors here opens the door to stories behind recipes, insights into ingredient sourcing, and tips on subtle flavor variations unique to different Hanoi districts. Let your senses guide you. Follow the savory scent of garlic and fish sauce, the cheerful chatter of locals, or the rhythmic sizzle from a grill. Exploring these tucked-away food spots rewards curiosity with authentic flavors, warm hospitality, and moments of discovery few tourists experience. Embrace spontaneity and allow the city's hidden culinary treasures to surprise and delight you. Coffee in Hanoi is more than a drink. It's a cultural institution intricately woven into the daily fabric of street life and food exploration. Vietnamese coffee is traditionally brewed using a small metal drip filter called a phin, producing a bold, dark brew that often comes alive with a generous splash of sweetened condensed milk. Hanoi elevates this tradition with its renowned egg coffee, created in the 1940s as a creamy, frothy concoction made by beating egg yolks with sugar and condensed milk before topping a robust shot of coffee. This luxurious beverage is rich and silky, often enjoyed hot in cooler months or iced in the summer, and serves as a perfect companion to savory dishes or a standalone treat. Coffee stalls and quaint street-side cafes dot neighborhoods near the river and bustling markets, offering not just great coffee, but social hubs where locals gather to play cards, share news, or simply savor a moment of calm amid urban bustle. Taking regular coffee breaks during your food tour adds a rhythmic pause, letting the energy of the city wash over you while you savor the unique flavors of Hanoi's coffee heritage. As Hanoi's popularity as a culinary destination flourishes, mindful practices help ensure that the city's street food culture remains vibrant and sustainable for generations to come. Seek out vendors who prioritize locally sourced ingredients. These not only guarantee freshness, but also bolster regional farmers and reduce environmental impact. Bringing your own reusable cutlery, straws, and containers reduces plastic waste, a growing concern amid the city's vibrant street dining scenes. Supporting family-run stalls directly impacts the livelihoods of hardworking local entrepreneurs who preserve traditional recipes and culinary craftsmanship. When possible, choose dishes made from seasonal produce to encourage sustainable farming practices. Engaging respectfully with vendors, both in conversation and commerce, fosters mutual appreciation and cultural exchange. By making conscious dining choices, you contribute to the health of Hanoi's street food ecosystem, ensuring that these flavorful experiences remain accessible to visitors and enriching for local communities long into the future. Hanoi's street food along the banks of the Red River is much more than mere sustenance. It's a gateway into the city's rich history, vibrant culture, and generous spirit. Each dish tells a story steeped in centuries of tradition, family recipes, and the dynamic rhythms of urban life. Whether you find yourself savoring the delicate complexity of pho in the old quarters alleys, relaxing lakeside with freshly grilled fish, or wandering hidden paths tasting the extraordinary creations of humble vendors, your journey here promises a feast for all senses. With thoughtful planning, an open heart, and respect for local customs, you'll uncover not only incredible flavors but lasting friendships and memories. So prepare your palate, lace up your walking shoes, and get ready to embrace Hanoi, a city that welcomes every traveler with open arms and plates piled high with delicious surprises.